Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Paul de Rook. How are you, man?
Hi, man. I'm good. Good to see you. He shows me a blank card after my name, so that's the introduction, probably.
No problem, no problem. So, Paul, first impressions. I mean, you know, the economic portfolio, I mean, it's literally weeks old for you, and you've just walked into a building that I'm pretty sure you know well.
Yeah.
Did it feel like it normally does when you walked in?
Well, you have to know that this is an old sugar factory, so even only a couple of years ago, there have been sugars been made here, and then it was a kind of an old building, a ruinous building, and now look what's going on here. This is a fantastic. I think we couldn't have envisioned 10 years ago when we said we should use this building for temporary activities that these kind of cool events would take place here. So that's amazing.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, it is also used as a nightclub. So we go really from one extreme to the other, although they have kind of a similar feeling, I guess.
Yeah, I think this event would do nice for a nightclub as well.
So what's your feeling from what you've heard and seen this morning so far?
Well, I think it's a lot to take in for me, because I'm not a tech head. As you said, this has been a couple of weeks for me old, but I think it's amazing what kind of new developments are being discussed here. And I think that these kind of meetings between talents from all over the world, I think that is what's really inspiring and really helps us in taking next steps.
And we heard from one of our speakers that she's not seen anything like this, right? Bringing together those talents, as you said, all the different types from all around the world. And it's happening, you know, not in Berlin, not in London, not in New York. It's happening not even in Amsterdam, but our humble little town of Groningen.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is the case? Apart from the fact that Rutger lives close by.
Yeah, I think Rutger is important in that as well. But I think for us, it has two main reasons. That I think there's a lot of very interesting stuff going on in Groningen surrounding IT. So that's why for us it's really great having this event here, so that the question, why did you come to Groningen, that gets asked less in the future, so that the combination becomes more logical. It's also because we as a city feel that we should take an active approach in encouraging these type of new technological developments. Because I think the traditional approach from governments towards technological development has been a very defensive one, of being mostly influenced by the status quo forces, saying, well, you should be really careful of these technological innovations, and that approach has been very ineffective. Even much so that it has stopped the government of using these new types of developments for enhancing their policy, enhancing the way that we deal with the societal challenges. So we think that it's very good to have, as a government also, in encouraging these types of developments, in making sure that we do a better job as a government ourselves, and we use these kind of technological developments for good instead of for bad.
And actually, I'm not sure if you know this, because I know you're still sort of discovering everything you need to know, but the City of Groningen Council is running, I think, somewhere between 10 and 20, doing a pretty good job. So for me, it makes very small pilot projects just to really understand them, but you guys are doing a pretty good job. So for me, it makes sense that you're attracting other people here and say, we're a playground, let's do stuff.
Yeah, exactly, because it requires something from the city government as well. One of the main rules of government procurement is only invest in proven technology, and we have put that aside and saying we should definitely also invest in new technology, because that might be the top things in the future. And now we have the ability to ride that wave, but also shape the wave of that development. So I think that requires a very active approach of governments as well. And I think in Groningen we show that it helps and that it gives us advantages.
So can we yet label you a blockchain enthusiast?
Yes, but you could already have in the last couple of years. I think we have supported these kind of initiatives that you mentioned already, and that's because the entire College of Deputy Mayors is in favor of being on the top of these type of development. Because if we see what kind of talent comes in and helps us with dealing with our challenges, that's amazing, and I couldn't imagine any other way that we could have so much result in doing that.
Great. I know you're under time pressure. Do you have maybe some last words for the audience here?
Well, I hope you had a great weekend, and I think now the task is on us to see with all these kind of concepts that you have developed. It's up to us to make sure that we implement it into practice, and that also requires leadership. But I think you have really pushed our buttons on that, and you've inspired us to take the next step. So thanks.
Fabulous. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Great day.